What's up, guys? Welcome to Triple Threat Talks. I'm Jen, and tonight is Conspiracy Theory Thursday.
Coming at you every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Krys. I'm going to be your host tonight. And tonight's topic of discussion could change your life.
It's gonna change your life for sure.
Yeah. It's a really cool topic, highly debated. In order to step into it, we have to talk about something else. I'm not going to go in tonight with a lot of factual evidence for you because that really isn't a part of what this conspiracy theory is about. This is just a highly debated topic. This is a topic backed by scientists. But most importantly, whether you believe in spirituality or whether you are more of a science brain, this is something that could still change your life either way because it's the power of the mind. It's the power of changing your mindset and putting yourself in the best place possible. So if
I
you haven't
love
guessed what it
it.
is, have you guessed yet? Do you know what it is?
No, but you always have so many insightful things to say. Like I asked you to write my obituary the other day if I die before you, which I hope I do. I don't want I'm gonna need it.
No,
No, I'm gonna need to die before you.
hell no.
Yes, I'm
I
not
think
dealing with
not.
that. No, I'm
No.
not dealing with that. So I just can't wait I can't wait for it. Tell us, tell me.
Okay. Tonight we are going to be talking about quantum jumping, quantum leaping, and the multiverse theory, parallel universes, alternate realities, parallel realities, whatever you want to call it.
I need to know more because I don't even know what the fuck that is. What?
So, ironically enough, I was introduced to quantum leaping in
Mhm.
college. We kind of touched on, I took a quantum physics class, and we kind of touched on the topic of multiverse theory, um, and how it's possible that atoms, which we are made of, atoms,
Yeah.
can jump from one level of energy to another. Basically, opening up the possibility that since we are atoms, maybe we can jump from one reality, one level of energy to another. I
I
hope that makes
fully
sense.
feel I fully feel that. I feel like I could vibe off of anybody any day of the week. I went to your house and the energy was just so good, fed off of your positive, good energy. And we just stayed awake till the sun rose again.
That's the power of energy. I mean, truly,
Hmm.
you can be around all different types of people, and you yourself could be a different person in
Hmm.
every scenario. And that's just in this reality. This is something all of us do. Some people will say, "Oh, I'm a chameleon." No, you're not a chameleon. You're just a person who feeds off of the energy of the room. And
Hmm.
that's a very powerful thing. A lot of people think that's all just in your mind, that's a personality trait to be able to
No.
change how you act around certain people. But in reality, it's energy. Have you ever heard of the multiverse
Can
theory?
you tell us about it?
So it's basically the idea that there are multiple, endless realities that you live, you personally, me personally, all of us, that we're having multiple different realities that we're living all at the same time.
Okay.
Where in each reality, in each universe, maybe you took a different path in life. No two paths are the same. No two yous are the same,
Okay.
right? But they will all be similar. You'll have similar people in your life. You will have similar avenues that you'll go down. Maybe you'll hit a similar fork in the road, but in this reality, you took the left path. And in another reality, maybe you took the right path. And
So
in
is it
another
like
reality,
different
maybe you did
lives?
neither. Yeah. So it's still you in
Okay.
everything that you are, right?
Okay.
But in a different reality.
I am fully on board with saying I don't know if I've lived all of my lives that I was supposed to live. And I think you and I have met in so many of our lives, for
Yeah.
sure. And we have crazy similarities that not everybody would have, and just
Yeah.
weird similarities.
These are scientists who are saying, hey, I think that the possibility of multiple realities is very likely. It's not these like sci-fi buffs. It's not just
Right.
pure religious or spiritual community pulling this out of their ass. I mean, this is based off of research. This is based off of data and years of scientists and those before them making new discoveries to prove their point.
Just being able to say
It's
scientists
likely.
back this, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not all scientists back it. In fact, Albert Einstein once, while studying quantum theory, which is all about atomic energy and oneness, he ended up later rejecting the theory because it just didn't seem probable in his research. You can't say that it is true, but you can't say that it's not.
Science goes such a long way.
It
I
does. You're
mean,
always finding new evidence. You're always finding new theories. I had a really amazing theology instructor. Of course, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I had an amazing theology professor tell me scientists love to say that it is concrete, but really, the whole point of science is to keep investigating to find the answers. And if that's the entire point, then technically you never really have the answers. You never have the concrete
yeah,
answer to anything, which
hypothesis and theories.
exactly. And so that's highly debated because I feel like a lot of scientists, they're like, no, we're concrete. Like this is our evidence, this are our statistics, and this is just what it is. But really, if you're always searching for more answers and it's always changing, you don't have the answer, which makes it fun to talk about.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so now that we've kind of touched on the multiverse topic, this is why it's important. So, quantum leaping or quantum jumping, this day and age, I will say this day and age, because it's changed over time what it is and what you can do with it. But what I'm discussing right now is the ability to take control of your own consciousness and push yourself into your best possible reality simply by acknowledging that the best possible reality exists and you are not in it yet.
Okay.
Right? Because if there's limitless yous living limitless lives, right? Which would technically,
Mm-hmm.
in the multiverse theory, where there are multiple different versions of you living the same life but slightly different, it would technically make you immortal, right? Because time is
Basically.
relative. So you're just living all of these lives simultaneously all the time, unlimited possibilities in your reality, just by accepting the idea that that is fact.
I'm not saying anything about religion or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of religions, people call for them because it gives them some sort of comfort for
Yep.
when they do pass away. When you pass away, it doesn't have to be your last
Mm-hmm.
time, you
Yep.
know? I mean, I think that you live in so many more ways than just,
Mm-hmm.
you can live in so many more ways than just that one life that you thought you lived,
That's right.
you know?
Well, and who's to say that when we pass away, we don't immediately just wake up where we left off in another version, in
There we
another
go.
reality, in a different universe? If there's so many happening at once, maybe our collective consciousness, we all have the ability to kind of float around in all of these different versions of ourselves at any given time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it could explain deja vu and why deja vu
Mm-hmm.
is so powerful, because maybe
Mm-hmm.
in multiple different versions of you in your reality, you had already had the one experience. Maybe the experience is you're standing in your kitchen drinking a cup of coffee and you hear a bird and you're just like, oh shit, I've heard this. Wow, I'm getting crazy deja
Mm-hmm.
vu. It's never over anything big. It's always over something minuscule. And I
Yep.
think the argument is that in the multiverse theory, in the quantum leaping theory, you are just collecting consciousness from another version of you who has already had that experience. And you're
Yes.
trying to process because you're like, whoa, I've done that before. Does
I'm
that make
already
sense?
I'm already my I'm already
I know.
my
It could just be me not explaining it very well. I
No,
did it. I
you're
did as much
explaining
research as
it.
I could on it, but it's
No, I think
heavy.
you're explaining it perfectly. I think it's just like you don't really think about it that way.
Mm-mm.
You never really realize it in that aspect. And a lot of people don't want to realize it in that aspect because it's easier for them to just say, no,
Yep.
I was born, I'm living my life, I'm gonna die, and that's what it
Mm-hmm.
is. But that's just an easy way to think about it. You're in control of your own destiny, and it doesn't have to
You
be all
are.
that.
And that's the cool thing about this. So that's now that all of that has been stated, we can talk about what you can do if you choose to believe this.
Ding,
Um,
ding, ding. I feel like a
yeah,
winner.
you have a lot of control. You have a lot of control just by acknowledging that the possibility is there, right? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be fact. I said that earlier, but just the possibility that
Mm-hmm.
there are multiple versions of you, and and at least one of those versions, somebody is living the life, you are living the life in some other version that you want to live now in this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if you had the ability to use this to your advantage by honing in, meditating, and trying to place yourself into that best possible reality?
You can 1000% do that. It
Yeah.
almost goes hand in hand with manifestation.
And I think that is what manifestation is.
And you have to be like fully unconscious about
Yep.
that manifestation. I can make anything my reality. I
Yeah.
know. I
Mm-hmm.
know I can
Yep.
make anything my reality, but it can't be fake. I have to genuinely know that that is what's going to happen. And I just need to flip my brain in that dynamic. And as soon as I make sure that I know that that is what's going to happen and I have it in my brain, it happens. It
Yeah.
happens every goddamn time.
You know it's going to happen, and it does. I've always been like that, almost to the
Mm-hmm.
point where I have to be very careful what I think about. I have to be very careful what scenarios I allow into my mental space, because I create them, good and bad.
Yep.
And it's really kind of scary. And it's been tried and true so many times. There's nothing I haven't been able to manifest for myself in honestly a short period of time. And then I did my human design chart, and that's what I am, is a pure manifester, which a
Mm-hmm.
pure manifester, they were very beneficial like a long, long time ago. But at this day and age where there's so much to do, uh, there's so much industry, there's so much work to be done in order for us to
Mm-hmm.
survive and just live our daily lives. Pure manifestors really have no space here, according to the human design chart,
Right.
because you can't just sit around and dream, right? You have to do shit. So manifestors can work really hard in the background to manifest beautiful things for the world and for mankind. But this world now is made for generators or
Mm-hmm.
manifesting generators, and those are the people who do the work. They get the work done. I think you did yours, and you're a generator, right?
Yeah, I'm
Or a manifesting generator.
a
Yeah,
manifesting generator, yeah.
that's like the perfect mix. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so you would be really good at this too in the quantum jump. I don't want to spill all the details of how to quantum jump, because there are a lot of people who have researched this and practiced this way more than I do. They have way more knowledge than I do, and they charge for their services. And I think rightfully so. I think that there are
Yeah.
people out there who are better teachers. And really, even if you don't believe this, quantum jumping, it could be dangerous if done incorrectly. So you have to be very
Mm-hmm.
careful. You have to protect your consciousness. You have to protect your physical and mental health. So I will go into one exercise and what you could do just to kind of give you the idea of how to do it. But I highly recommend, if you're interested in this, we'll tag some people below. If you're watching on
Yes.
YouTube, we'll put some names in the description boxes of people you would really enjoy listening
Yeah.
to and can walk you through it. While there's many different ways that you can do this, I wanted to go over with you one thing that I do. This is an exercise I do right before bed every night when I'm kind of in that, you know, la la land state right before I go to sleep. I feel like that's,
Yes.
for me personally, that's the best time to meditate. It's really the only time I can calm down enough to do it. Uh, but yeah, I do this every week and I feel like it really works. And, even if you don't believe in all of this stuff and you think it's rubbish, you have to look at it from the point of view of this is a trick of the mind. This is mind
Hmm.
over matter. And even if you don't personally think you are quantum jumping and throwing yourself into the best reality, um, you're still tricking your mind into creating better
Yeah.
habits to make you the best version of you.
What do you have to lose? Either I'm going to be the best version of myself that I
Mm-hmm.
want to be, or
Everyday life. Yeah.
right, right,
Mm-hmm.
right. So what's
Yeah.
there to lose?
Nothing. And it's easy to do. So for this exercise, you can meditate, you can do whatever you meditate. And if you don't meditate and you find that you can't meditate, this is when I highly recommend that you lay in bed and right as you're falling asleep, when you're relaxing your mind, relaxing your body, that is the best time to do this exercise.
Hmm.
It is very easy to do. I feel like it requires a bit of silence in the room, though, where you can only focus on your thoughts because you're using your
Yeah.
imagination for this. Okay. Get yourself in that calm state. Um, and you're going to imagine yourself living your best reality. And this, what I'm about to tell you to do, I feel as though for me personally, this is where I like to picture myself. Perhaps it's materialistic, but I just feel like it's a very good universal way of doing this to really put yourself in your best reality. And
Hmm.
that'll make more sense as we keep going. So you close your eyes, picture yourself. Okay. You're looking at you from the third person point of view. You're not yourself. You are looking at the best version of yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So you close your eyes and you see yourself. Picture yourself driving your dream car. You're driving it home. So maybe you're in the back seat and you're just watching yourself drive. Take a look at what you look like. What do you look like? You want to look at what you're wearing, right? What does your hair look like? Is it the same color? Are you wearing jewelry? Right? Are you wearing that Rolex you always wanted? If material things are what's very important to you, who's in the car with you? Is it your kids? Is there someone you've never met in the car with you? What color's the car? What kind of car is it? You're the one dreaming it. So you're picturing yourself in
Oh,
that. Oh, it gets crazy, really. You are examining your surroundings. Look out the window. Where are you? Are there palm trees? Are there flower fields? Is it mountainous? Is there a beach? Where are you? You don't even have to know exactly where you are. You just want to look at your surroundings, look at the vehicle you're in, look at yourself driving. How are you driving? Are you calm? Do you have road rage? You're just taking everything in. You're going to drive your car to your dream house in your best possible reality. Look at your house as you're driving up. Is it gated? Is it not? Do you live out in the country? Do you live on a mountain? Is it a big house? Is it a little house? What color is it? Right? Look at everything. Do you have animals? Are there dogs running outside? Are there cows and horses out there? Right?
hmm.
Are you in a super residential neighborhood where you're all stacked up on top of each other? Because maybe that's what you want. Look at it though. Drive yourself up to your house, turn off your car, get out of your car, and walk into your house and watch yourself as you're walking into your house. How are you walking? Are you in a hurry? Are you taller? Are you shorter? How long is your hair? You're finally getting a full view of yourself as you're walking into your house. Walk into your house and look around your house. So you're going to step inside. You're going to look at your house. What does it look like? Is it everything you always wanted? Do you actually want something maybe simpler than what most other people would want? Are you in a big mansion? You'd be surprised. Maybe not. right? But you're in a comfortable space because it's your best reality. So look
Wow.
at everything. Walk around, look at pictures. Are there family pictures on the wall? Is it art, right? Is it something that you've done? Sculptures? What's taking up the space in the house? Is it marble floors? Is it carpet? What color are the walls painted? Are your kids in the house? Do you have a partner sitting on the couch watching TV, right? Are you going to go to your office and just start working? What are you doing? Me, I always tend to walk into the kitchen, and
Mm.
I always picture myself walking into the kitchen. I get water, and I open up the refrigerator and it's just full of water. So my takeaway from that was I need to be more hydrated. I'm healthier. In my best reality, I'm healthier. I drink a lot of water. It's very important to me. But that's what you
Yeah.
do. You watch how you maneuver around your house, right? Do you change your clothes? Do you get into something more comfortable? Do you take your shoes off at the door? Are you eating? What are you eating? Are you going to do yoga? Is there a gym in your house? Are you going to go to the gym? Just look at this person as though you are a guest in
Wow.
their reality, but it's you, right? Mm-hmm.
Mind blown.
Yeah. So
Honestly.
you can even ask yourself questions. You can walk up to yourself and say, what do you do for a living? Well, how did you do that? What do you eat every day? Are you vegan? Do you do keto? Do you just eat like a healthy, balanced diet? Do you eat just junk food all the time? Right? Are
Right.
there any, what are your hobbies? How did you get into those hobbies? Do you have anything new? Is there anything new that you're doing that I don't normally do? How did you do it? Ask
Wow.
yourself the questions, try to get the answers. What's your routine? That's a really good question to ask. What's your daily routine? What do you do in the morning? Do you get up and exercise, eat a good breakfast, and go to work? Do you get to sleep in every day? What's your routine?
So, with continuing to do this every time you possibly can,
Mhm.
do you feel as though you get more answers to your questions that you're asking
Yeah.
yourself?
Well, yeah, that's the whole point, is trying to find the answers, because not only are you trying to thrust yourself into this reality, but you're trying to unlock your own potential, because you
Mhm.
might have the answers to your own questions like, oh, I want to get healthier, but I don't know how. So when you're doing this exercise and you are asking the best version of yourself how they do this every day, what got them to that point, you might answer yourself. Your subconscious
Wow.
might answer you, and you'll go, oh, and that's the whole point. So after you make all of these assessments, right, and you ask yourself the questions, and you have it kind of in a list in your mind of, this is what I do in my best possible reality, and this is how I
Mhm.
got there. When you are convinced you have enough information to move forward, you're going to watch you walk in front of a mirror. You're still watching yourself from that, you're an outsider, but you're standing in front of the mirror. Once you are convinced you have enough information and you can start encompassing these things in your own life, you're going to step into your body and become one, and then
Wow.
open your eyes. And from that point forward, you are going to start doing all of the things, right? Taking on all of the little tasks that that person did every day, just as much as you can do to become that person that you envisioned in your best possible reality. And really, it's recommended to do this every week, but you would be surprised how many things can change. Now, is it because we're quantum jumping and we're going into a different reality? I don't know. Is it because, like we had discussed, you're kind of mending your subconscious and your conscious mind and answering your
Yeah.
own questions? Because this is
Yeah.
an exercise that allows you to dig deep into yourself and figure out what you really want, and figure out how you could get there, because you're the one answering the questions. It's you, right?
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm. Good mental exercise, I think, no matter what you believe. Um, Weekly is probably the best to do this, because you don't want to get too convoluted. You don't want to have
Mhm.
so much going on that you're so overwhelmed that you're not going to take on any of the things, any of the habits. You're not going to make
Right.
big changes because there's going to be so much. You're like, ugh, yeah, no. And that's it. I mean, there are other ways to do it. I prefer that way because I feel like it's very easy. And I can tell you,
It's
quantum jumping or
realistic.
not, it works. It
Yeah.
works. It really does. Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm gonna start.
No, try it. There are people who swear by this in stating that it can change your appearance just by envisioning that version of yourself. Really, it's just a good way to figure out what you want, because a lot of the time I would do this. What do I want in life? Where do I want to be in life? And I could not answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sit down and you just let your imagination kind of take off and you just
Yeah.
picture yourself in this best life you could possibly live, you would be surprised how much you really do know about what you want, because it's all just laid out in
Yes.
front of you. I mean, I figured out so many things. I had I had an instance where I could never finish quantum jumping, right? I would
Mm-hmm.
always get into my kitchen and I could never take myself any further. I had like a mental block. I had a
Yeah.
mental block. Could not figure out what it was. So I did this for weeks, right? So actually I did it daily and I could never do it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to once a week. And every single time I would get into my kitchen in my, as I'm doing this, and I couldn't go any further. And finally, it dawned on me one night. I was like, oh my God, something is missing. Something's missing. It's not complete. Whatever it is, there's something missing in my house, right? In my
Mm-hmm.
best possible reality, there's something missing. And it was a dog. It was a dog.
Larry.
Yeah. And so when I put him into the house, going
Stop
back in
it
and trying to
right
quantum jump again,
now.
yeah, I was able to finish. And it made me realize, oh my God, that's how important my animals are to
Ugh.
me, that I can't even picture a reality without them. And the fact that I forgot to place them in that reality, my brain
He
literally
gave
put
me
up a
the
hard stop. I,
chills.
I couldn't go any further. But once he was there, I was able to start completing the exercise. But that's what I'm saying is like, you will answer your own questions. Your brain will tell you this is what you want, this is what you need, and this is how you do it. It's really crazy. I mean, and I think that can happen with people, if there are certain people missing in your life, I think when you're doing this exercise, you will know the same thing
Mm-hmm.
will happen. You won't be able to move forward until all of the pieces are into place. And you really won't be able to do the last part of the exercise where you step into your body until you are convinced that you have all of the information that you need to move forward when you wake up.
Love it.
Yeah,
I'm starting tonight. Like I
do it.
literally am starting tonight and I can't wait
Yep,
because I just
do it.
know this is the perfect exercise. If you
You're going to love
think
it.
that you're a master manifester, this is an exercise you need to do then. God, I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, and I highly recommend, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on the podcast, I recommend you go to YouTube and click on some of these people I'm going to tag,
Mm-hmm.
who are just true professionals at this. Whether you believe it or not, these are people who have much more information than I could even possibly give you, because my knowledge on this subject is still quite limited, even though it's something I'm very interested in. I personally do believe that this is a high possibility as far as the multiverse and being able to quantum
Yeah.
jump. If that makes me crazy, that's fine. But
Hey.
go do a deep dive into some of these people I'm going to tag, because it'll blow your mind. Like I barely even scratched the surface of this entire theory.
I can't wait for the people that you're going to tag because I'm going to go
Yep.
follow all of them.
Oh,
Hello.
you'll love them. You will love them.
I
It's
can't wait.
fascinating. So that is the quantum jump slash multiverse slash power of the mind theory, whatever you want to believe.
Honestly, I can't believe I didn't know this
Yeah.
before
Unlock your
now.
potential. We have
I
so much
am.
potential. We all, we're all here. We all
Mm-hmm.
deserve to live our best life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all deserve to at least have some answers in what to do to get on the right path to living the life that you want, or just feeling fulfilled. That's the whole point. You want to feel fulfilled in your life. So if
For
you can unlock that
sure.
brain potential in any way, so you can start on that path to at least feel good about yourself, feel good about your life. And the bonus is you might get everything you ever wanted.
It can't hurt you whatsoever, except for try this. And if it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work, then it doesn't work. But if it
Yep.
does, congratulations to you.
Yep.
And I'm really excited about whoever you're going to tag below in the comments on YouTube. And I think that your exercise that you have is the perfect like starter package. Honestly, who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. I mean,
Right.
yeah, just like you said, you have nothing to lose. Why not do it? Give it a try. It's a good start. It's an easy exercise for everyone. And if it's not your cup of tea, well, at least you know it exists now.
Well,
Yeah.
all I have to say is that I'm excited for True Crime Tuesday, which is
Yes.
going to be another episode. So we have Conspiracy Theory Thursday coming up next Thursday. All of our conspiracy theories are so good. But what's
Yeah.
even better is our True Crime Tuesday. So you have to like,
Yeah.
subscribe, go on YouTube, go to Twitter, start a conversation. We will
Yeah.
be answering questions. We'll be doing
Mm-hmm.
lives continuously. And we can't wait to hear what you want to talk about. Give us suggestions.
Yes. Give us suggestions for conspiracy theories and true crime cases. We
Mm-hmm.
also like to cover missing persons, active missing persons at the end of each True Crime Tuesday. So if you
Mm-hmm.
have anyone in mind, um,
Let
please
us know.
drop the name below. We will do a deep dive into that. All right. Well, we will see you next week on Tuesday for True Crime Tuesday. Thank you for joining and tuning in always on podcast channels and on YouTube. We appreciate you and we love you, and we will
Love
see you
you.
next time.